The Arosa podcast is brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings, which is a flooring company specializing in concrete polish, epoxy flooring systems, micro cement, and self-leveling concrete. They speak Spanish and they offer awesome customer service. And you could reach them on Instagram, Triumph_coatings. Looking them up on Facebook, Triumph Protective Coatings. You can email them, triumphprotectivecoatings@gmail.com. You can call them or text them at 666-436-4702. And if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off on your next flooring project. So reach out to them, and they will take care of all your flooring needs. Arosa podcast, 2 parts. I don't know why I said that like I'm from Boston. 2-parter today. First part, House of Dragon recap. First 4 episodes, where we're at, what we like, what we don't like. Break it all down with David. So, spoiler alert, if you haven't watched it, if you haven't caught up, no problem. Catch up, listen to the first part. And the second part, which will be coming up a little, well, it's after this one, obviously, with Garrick, talk about customer service. The 3 of us worked in customer service. So 2-parter today. Hopefully you enjoy it. We had England beat in the 90th minute. England beats the Netherlands to advance to the Euro 2024 final in a match that was very, very much what this England team is. This team doesn't die. They're full of stars, and they just have that grit. And it was a good win, a tough win. And it was Watkins at the end getting the goal, the 90th minute. And it was Southgate. It was the manager for England, Gareth Southgate, making the big decision, subbing out Harry Kane, bringing in Ollie Watkins, and he proved to be the winner. So 2-1, the final, Spain versus England on Sunday. Can't wait. Spain has been the best team, and England has been, not as good as what we have thought, but they're here. And that's really all that matters. They made it all this way. And in the Copa America, we had Argentina win versus Canada in a game that we figured that's kind of how that was going to go down. And now we wait to see who they play. Who's going to get screwed in the final between Uruguay and Colombia as they play today. Should be a phenomenal game. And the winner will be somehow screwed by Copa America, by CONMEBOL, by FIFA, by PESI, and Argentina's most likely going to win the Copa America. Just the way it is. So that's where we're at. That's where we're at soccer. Kawhi dropped out of the team, and Garrett and I and David joke about all that in part 2. So anyway, here's the pod. Let's go.
You were busy while I was away. You did how many did you do solo? 3 or 4?
I did. Let's see. I did a total of just 3.
Just 3? That's nice.
Technically 2. Because.
Did you split one long one up into 2?
No. But the Tuesday pod I typically do by myself. So technically, if we're going by our recording schedule, technically I only did one, technically, without you.
Gotcha. Okay.
Because ours is the Friday slash the Thursday or Friday one.
Yeah, yeah. Okay.
Um but Harry was a no-show on Sunday, and so I did the solo one on Sunday,
Nice, nice.
which was kind of frustrating. And Harry, if you're listening, blah.
That's the like the Batman stops Robin meme, like the yeah, come on, like
Yeah, he didn't show up. I sent him the rundown, and then I did uh I did the pod, and then he sends me. So I sent him the link, and then he responds like an hour and a half later. Like, oh, I just woke up, and I'm like, oh, that's cool. Like, no worries. Like, I get it. Like, it's happened to me. Like, no big deal, you know?
right, right.
Um, then he's like, let me know when you can go. And I'm like, go where? What are you talking
You're
about?
like, I went. Like that's
Yeah, like I went and came back. He's like, to record. I'm like, bro, I did a solo pod.
like
It's
that
done.
that 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 ship has sailed. Like
Like
yeah, ya
pod
estuvo.
the pod I recorded and I edited and I posted it all in the time frame of you like going to sleep, waking up, brushing your teeth, whatever else you had to
I
do. And
mean,
then he has the audacity to ask me if I talked about Will Smith, the Dodger catcher. I'm like, first of all, you're not gonna get up. You didn't wake up. You're gonna have a problem with me recording a solo pod, and you're gonna like kind of cut like be upset that I didn't talk about the one topic you wanted to talk about. Like, get out of
oh,
here. But
it takes two to tango. Yes, you got to come up for that one, Papa. You got to like,
yeah,
you know,
like Will
yeah.
Smith, I don't that's you want to talk about Dodger corner. Hey, you could have talked to all the Will Smith you wanted. So
Nice, nice.
yeah, I was like, come on,
Dang.
come
Okay.
on, what are you doing? So yeah, but how was Reno? You were Reno. How was
Yeah, it was cool. I'll be honest. I didn't. I okay. Aside from like eating, hanging out in my room, and then I went and worked out a couple times, which had like a nice little gym.
hmm
It was, I mean, it was still hot over there, so I was like, I do not want to go outside and do anything. And they had like the whole
hmm
pool hot tub thing, but with it being the fourth, it was just packed like with families, a bunch of
hmm
kids running around. And I was like, I think I'll just set the thermostat to like 68 in my room.
Yeah.
I got to watch like some of the Euros like with you guys. That's why I was able to actually like go and just hang out in my room, do room service and just like hang out until it was
Right.
time to go and like play the sets later.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, Reno's cool. The drive was nice. Well, like once you pass like the crappy the I don't want to say crap, but like the Central Valley part of California, but like Sacramento looked cool. I'd like to go to Sacramento sometime and just go check. It's a big city. Go check it out. And then
Mm,
we passed through like Auburn, Truckee, and like Tahoe, kind of like that.
yeah.
Very
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
so, dude, beautiful. And I just because I asked you last time when you went, I have no idea how big Tahoe is. I've never been.
Right.
So we were on the highway and we saw a giant lake on the side, and I was like, you know, me being not having been, I was like, oh, is that Tahoe? Like, is that it? It's a beautiful lake.
Yeah.
And they're like, nah, man, the Tahoe's like enormous. Like pull it up on the map and you'll see in
Yeah.
comparison to just
Tahoe's
like
huge. Yeah.
it was. So I was looking at Donner Lake. Did you guys know about Donner Pass?
Yeah.
And so I was like, okay, so I hopped like on the Maps app and I was like, okay, that's Donner Lake, and then I scrolled over it and I was like, oh crap, that's Tahoe. Okay, yeah, so Tahoe's like, you know, it's like the dragons and like House of the Dragons we're gonna get into. Like I was looking at like a medium sized dragon. I was like, oh, that's a big dragon. Then it's like, oh no, Vagar is like, you know. So
Yeah.
but yeah, but it was cool. Like just you also saw like a bunch of just like random like streams and like little rivers, and I was like, man, this is nice, you know, coming to the camp out here. Well, truckies were like Canelo trains too.
Right, right.
So I was like, and then I didn't know how much it snowed up there because the guys
Mhm.
that I went with, um, they go to Reno like once a month to play there. They do that
Oh,
they do it often. They have like a little residency thing where they go once a month.
yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we've gone in the winter, and there was one time where there was so much snow and ice on the highway that they closed it, and we had to actually take Donner Pass to get to Reno, and it was
Mm,
super sketchy. That's just like a little like it's like a random back road, but that wasn't
right.
snowed out. And they're like, and they showed me video like, oh yeah, dude, like you'll pass through these mountains and it's just like white on the trees as far as the eye can see, and that's it. So, um, but it was cool. I would go back. Had a good time.
Yeah.
They took care of us. Like the like room and food was covered. A little bar tab every night, so I was like sipping on like pina coladas in between sets. So yeah, it was a good time. That was only my second time in Nevada because I went to Vegas once, but I was like 12, and it was like, so long ago, and you can't do anything, you know, that you
Yeah.
can't do at home in Vegas when you're 12, because you could just like hit the pool and then go eat.
Right.
But it was cool, you know. But yeah,
Yeah. Nice. So House of Dragon, we've been watching it. I had watched the first season and I had completely, it had been so long, I had totally forgotten A, how good the show was, and
yes,
B, just I was out of that universe, you know? I was,
yes.
and so I caught up, watched it. Season two. So the biggest change
Well, wait, pause
and
real quick. Pause real quick.
spoiler
To the
alert.
listeners, we're
Spoiler.
talking spoilers, so
Okay.
you've been
All
warned. This is your official spoiler warning.
right.
Go ahead, Jerm. The floor is yours.
And by the way, this is gonna be a two-parter. So if you're not all the way caught up with House of Dragon, go to part two, catch up with House of Dragon, and then return to part one of the pod. Where part two, Garrick will be on with us. But so House of Dragon, episode
Yes.
chapter two, season two. Let's start from the very beginning. How have you felt about this season so far? Or where do you want to begin? I guess is a better question.
Uh, I think it's pretty cool that right from the get go. Okay, because in season one, if you've seen season one, there were some time jumps in between episodes, like they jumped. And
Yeah,
in this one, because we're kind of getting to the part where the Dance of Dragons goes on, like the main thing that
yeah.
people talk about in history. Um, it's all happening like there are no jumps, so we're seeing it as it's happening, and then boom, and then so like there's gonna be battles, there's gonna be death, violence, all that kind of stuff.
Hmm.
So yeah, it's pretty cool, and we're I think they're doing a solid job of answering as we're going, answering some questions,
Hmm.
but then other questions arise, and they still leave you with a little bit of a cliffhanger at each one.
Mm,
So I'm like waiting for Sundays. Like it's just like, and just
yeah.
to gauge it, like with the Acolyte and Star Wars right now, it's okay. It's all right. I'm not really like that. The newest episode came out, and I haven't seen it yet. But when we were driving back from Reno, I was like, "This is great." When I get home,
Yeah,
new episode of House of the Dragon is going to be on, and I will be there with
right.
my cherry Coke Zero in hand, and like some popcorn or chips.
Hmm. Hmm.
So yeah, and the latest episode, dude, like seeing the dragons in their prime, so to speak. Because in
Right.
Game of Thrones, yeah, we did have dragons, and but
But it was in this.
yeah, it was just Daenerys that had the dragons on her side. Yeah, we got the Night King with like his zombie dragon, but it's like now we have multiple dragons on each side. They
Yeah.
have a Targaryen riding them.
Right.
Um, there's plans, there's plots, there's schemes. Kristen Cole's out here, making plans, surprising people.
Right.
So it's getting juicy. It's getting good. They've done a good job of like building it all up, and now that we're getting like, because there was that episode where they kind of glazed over the battle between the Brackens and the Blackwoods. The guys that were beefing about like the land,
Yeah.
and we just saw the aftermath. We saw all the bodies, and some people were like, "Oh, dude, we're skipping the battle, whack." And then this last episode, it's like, "Oh, you're gonna watch like these dragons like turn each other into like dragon mush, who wants to like some shredded dragon on their plate because that's what they're doing now."
Yeah.
So it's getting good.
So one of the biggest developments in season two has been like the change of power that we've seen.
Mm-hmm.
And so we've seen kind of like the divide in the kingdom, in the seven kingdoms, in the
The
realm.
realm, yeah,
And we're seeing just how different life is whenever there is no king, and how divided everyone is, and how you kind of have to find your own support, because it's one thing to be aligned when the king's alive, it's a whole nother thing to be aligned when the king is dead.
right,
And you have now this, you get Alicent, who's does the king said something different in his deathbed.
right,
And it's like, well, of course you would say that. Of course, in his deathbed
right, yeah, yeah,
when he
yeah.
is around, where moment a few hours ago he had just kind of stood on his on business and stood on his ground and said,
And
"Hey,
he's like, Rhaenyra's the one. Deal with it.
now," and then so there's that whole thing, and then you get the separation of powers. You do get um almost like the so let's start with the king first. Let's start there, because I think he needs to, he is problematic.
Aegon. Oh yeah.
When we think of like how he managed the latter part of his life, there's wisdom, but then there is this like I don't know, man, like you kind of didn't put things away, you kind of left it messy, and it was almost like on purpose when we're talking about Viserys.
Oh, Viserys. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And he could have done a better job of kind of like nipping all these things in the bud. But he was like, was he just was very, but again, you also do get the vision that he's kind of thinking long term, and he's not really thinking here and now only. He's thinking long term. So what did you think of the end of life for him?
Man, I like Viserys.
Yeah.
I part of me feels bad for him, part of me doesn't, because there are some choices that were made where I'm just like, dude, like what are you doing? But
Right.
I always remember that scene where he and Damon kind of have that confrontation where Damon calls him weak. He's like, dude, like you're a weak king. He's like, all these guys you have around you in your council, like they're just vultures.
Yeah.
And he's like, and you lack, I don't know, the courage to like stand up to him or like tell him what you really want, I guess.
Mhm.
And he mentions Otto because like Damon doesn't like Otto doesn't like Damon, right? They have that whole little beef going on. But it's like that's the one thing that bothers me about Viserys. Like Viserys, like it's like you said, he could put some of these things to rest, but it's almost like he's so passive and wants to please a little bit of everybody that he's willing to just let it be. Like even when there's conflict with the family, with the kids, like when Aemon loses his eye, like he's kind of just like he's the guy saying like, "Can't we all just get along?" And it's like, dude,
Yeah.
you got some issues here with your family, and you refuse to address it. And it's like, you know,
Well, even the selection of like he gets remarried. Yes.
yes, and that he chose Allison when it's like you could have. And I get it. She was super young. She was like what 10, 12. The
Yeah.
Lena.
Yeah.
Like, hey, bro, maybe wait a couple years and then but and Otto was sneaky. Otto was like, oh, I'm gonna put Allison right here with those history books and those build a model sets.
But also, you do get his when they're like, hey, if you go this way, where you say Rhaenyra is going to be the one, you're going to cause chaos. You're going
Yeah,
against tradition. And he has a son, and he still is refusing to get off of that. And it's like, oh man, like it's your fault where we're at right now. Because it was never gonna fly. Because you could almost sense the tension is brewing because it's like, wait, she's gonna be the queen, and then allowing, all the extra curricular activities.
right,
And it's just very, from like Harwin Strong, for example,
right. Like
clearly
like dude, like those
the kids clearly are not half
they're not Lanors. Like bro, those kids ain't biracial, bro. What's going on here? Like
and his refusal to see that, his refusal to accept that, his refusal to receive it is like, bro, like it's a joke. It's a joke. Come on. So I do think that there is this component in all of this where Viserys kind of lets this chaos,
he was too passive, man. He was
and
too
it's
like
almost like he's dying, and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna be dead anyway. It doesn't matter. I'm not even gonna be here. Whatever.
yeah,
It is what it is. And so,
yeah.
okay, so and then so that's like the beginning of it. As like all these things start to happen. Um, Now episode 2, we kind of get to Aegon. You get they kill his son,
His grief.
and all of a sudden, like, um, Damon, his like whole wall he's starting to like
He's losing it.
coming apart at the seams, and you're just like, whoa, hold on, what is starting to happen? This is the episode where he chokes her, right? Like that's this episode, or is it
Yeah,
further?
yeah. Yeah, I think so. Yeah.
So he chokes her, and all of a sudden you're getting the like, whoa, wait a minute, what are we getting here? Aegon is a complete. He's almost like Joffrey level of you're not ready for this.
Oh yeah.
Like maybe you could be a king, but you're not going to be given the time to develop to grow into it. So you're going to fail on your face. Allison is almost willing this to happen. And now, actually, before we go there, what did you think of the vision when he says it's Aegon? Because obviously, I don't think he's talking about Aegon, but
Oh no,
or
he's talking about the Conqueror because um
no, but Aegon, the one who's like the son, he's the conqueror.
no. So Aegon the Conqueror is the Aegon the first of his name.
Right. Exactly.
Yeah. So in that last episode before Viserys died, Rhaenyra was like in there trying to talk to Viserys on his deathbed, and she was asking him about the Song of Ice and Fire. She's like, "Do you actually really believe this whole thing that you passed down from heir to heir?" And because he's delirious and like, half asleep and dying, he doesn't respond then.
Yeah,
And
'cause
then
he thinks Allison is.
right, he thinks Allison is Rhaenyra who's
Yeah,
asking.
right.
Yeah. So now they're making memes now where it's like Allison is just, if you give her any little shred of mentioning Aegon, it's like, oh, you're talking about her son. And it's like, no, he's talking about, because
Hey, and Allison just doing her job, survival.
yeah, she
So
is.
not shame from that standpoint. It's not right. But
I'm
hey,
Rhaenyra. I'm super like,
I get you, but you got to do what you
yeah.
got to do with that situation. Yeah.
See, but I also hate how like they be wanting to play like victim when like when she first married Viserys, she's trying to be all buddy buddy with Rhaenyra. It's like, dude, you know what you're doing by marrying her dad, bro. Your dad knows what he's doing too by putting you in that position. Like, you guys know what this is. We all
Yeah,
know what
but
this is.
I don't know. I think Rhaenyra is one to talk. Like you like love your uncle, bro. Like I think you are not one
Hey,
to.
but that's Targaryens. That's Targaryens do that.
I know, but what I'm saying is it's the kettle
Also,
calling the pot black. Come on. Like come on.
oh no, because no. I got the perfect one for Allison.
Okay.
Allison judged Rhaenyra when she heard the rumors about her and Daemon when they
For
were
sure.
young.
Yeah, both of them are
No, but
like
hold on, no, but she was like, "Oh, Targaryens, you guys are weird." But then she's gonna have Aegon and Helena marry each other and have kids, brother and sister. She's gonna allow that?
yeah.
What are we doing here, bro? Come on.
When in Rome.
Ah. Yeah, cuando le conviene, cuando le dan las ganas. Yeah, exactly. And don't get me started on Kristen, bro. They're lighting up Kristen, like on bro.
No,
Yeah.
let's do it.
Yeah.
My boy Cole, he can't get any girl to want to have his kids. Everyone's like, nope, he's great
Bro.
but I don't want his kids.
Dude, Rhaenyra didn't want to go sell oranges with him. He didn't want to be the food guy.
He's like the definition of a side piece.
He really is. Yeah,
like that's all you are. Like we don't want anything else.
He's like the bitter simp. It's like, oh, Rhaenyra rejected you, and you're just. It became his whole personality. Like he's just like, he's hurt. He hurting.
I mean, in his defense, Rhaenyra did break his heart.
No, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. So episode 2, we kind of get Aegon's. He's mourning for his kid. And they're able to flip it where it's Rhaenyra. Rhaenyra is the one that did this, and she's like,
"Otto had a good plan. Otto had a good plan."
Yeah, but this is where you get the
young, immature, rash Aegon, inexperienced.
Well, but this is where like Daemon is completely lost it. Because it's not calculated, it's very messy. How did you think this was going to turn out? Like it was almost like had he done it, he would have been able to do it. But once he hires dudes and it was messy. On the other side, Aegon, too emotional. You can't do it. You almost have to be detached to be able to like respond to all these things. And he's not able to do it. And they do it. And Otto does a great job of kind of twisting it where everyone in the realm was like, damn it, Aaron, like, really? Like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Like, if it's your spot, then why are you killing the heirs? That's crazy.
Did you think the body was going to fall off the wagon when it got stuck in the mud?
No.
Bro, when I saw that, like the cart stops, like I thought either the cart's going to flip or something, or some of the common folk are going to like mess with the queens. Like they're going to like, and I was like, bro, don't tell me this body's about to fall off the wagon and little Jaehaerys' head is going to like re-pop off again. And I was like, but they didn't do it. But they did give me some anxiety for those few seconds. I was like, Game of Thrones, House of Dragon wouldn't do this. And I was like, okay, they were close.
Right. Yeah.
But yeah, like you said, like with, because you said detached, and it's like it's one of those things where like Aegon, you can feel those feelings. You can grieve. You can cry, you can be pissed. You can cry. But it's like, bro, you gotta like, dude, listen to your grandpa. Listen, and that's what was cool about like this latest episode. Not to get too ahead, but like, there's that scene where Allison's like, "We don't need you to do anything. Like, just listen to us."
Yes.
And that was a big slap to the ego for him too. But she's right. She's like, dude, you like. It's one thing if he were Aemond, because Aemond at the end of the last season, when they're looking for Aegon in the city to crown him,
Mhm.
Aemond's like, dude, I should be king. He's like, I trained to be a warrior. I study history for a lot. Like, I ride the biggest dragon. Like, I am a fully trained, educated soldier, diplomat, and whatnot. And Aegon's over here like making bastards in Flea Bottom. Like, there were the little blonde kids running around all over the city.
Yeah.
So yeah, for him to want to do stuff, it's like, dude, you haven't put in any work, bro.
Yeah.
And Allison's like, just don't do anything, bro. Just shut up, go to your room.
And he goes and does the complete opposite.
And he gets drunk, and then he hops on his 2006 Honda Civic Dragon,
Oh
and
my
rides him in the battle.
God.
And we're like, oh, I feel bad for the dragon. Like that dragon deserved better. I was like, come on, dude.
um okay, so now we're in episode 3. Episode 3, this one's called The Burning Mill. So
This when Damon runs off to Harrenhal.
yeah,
Like he gets
yeah,
there.
yeah, yeah. That's kind of where we get that. We also have here this is a big episode in terms of setting up everything that's gonna happen in the next one in episode 4. Because it seems like all these grudges from ancient times start to like bubble up again, and all of a sudden you're
Right.
starting to see these things we hadn't seen before in a while. And all of a sudden here they are in full display. And this is where Rhaenyra says, okay, maybe I can talk to Alicent. Maybe
Yeah.
if I go to her, maybe if I
We can reason together,
yeah, yeah. This is where Kristen Cole is like, he's testing the twins, the Night Armors, the twin. He's like, all right, well, if you're with us, go kill the queen. And you're like, what? By myself? Yeah, by yourself. What? How?
Do you think I'm just gonna walk in? He's like, well, your twins over there. Makes
Yeah,
sense.
figure it out. And to his credit, he almost figured it out.
True.
But it doesn't work. Obviously, he dies. And this is where kind of it's picking up. And now Rhaenyra's like, okay, they're come after me. And it just all hell's about to break loose, and you feel it. Like it's almost we're right at a point of Rhaenyra's now starting to feel the pressure. She's starting to feel, oh, they're coming after me. And episode 4, it's like, well, if they're gonna take my patience for weakness or something like that, then they're mistaken. And that's where she kind of gets trapped into this whole thing.
She also kind of realizes, like, when she asked Alicent about what Viserys said, and just then she realized, she was like, oh, I think she said in the latest, but she's like, I either have to fight to claim the throne, or they're gonna kill me. Like, it's just I have to fight now.
Yeah.
The time for waiting in peace is over. Now that I know that they like, and also like it's becoming clear that, well, Aemond even said it in like the first or second episode, but Aemond was like, oh yeah, they usurped the throne from Rhaenyra. Like my grandpa and Alicent, and then even Otto, when Aegon was like, my dad chose me, and he's like, oh, is that what you think? You think your dad didn't even like you, dude? That was cold from Otto.
Yeah.
he's like, we sacrificed so much to put you there, and he's like, my dad wanted me to be king, and he was like, no, we didn't, because we wanted power, and it's like, so yeah, so Rhaenyra's realizing like, if they did know, now they know that they're usurping, and others knew in that circle, and it's like, well, then I just have to fight. Like I just because if you leave it unchecked, and it's like peace can only work for so long in this situation with what's gone down and all the scheming and plotting and just so you're right. She's like, oh, they think I'm weak. It's like I might have to, hop on a dragon and see what's up.
Right. Yeah. And so it becomes a very different path now as we head into episode 4. Now, episode 4, this is where we're getting the battle. She falls into the trap of Cole, and now she sends the dragon, which was genius, to get them to use the dragon. And obviously Aegon kind of like he's a casualty in this, and because his ego got bruised, he just like, well, I'm gonna show you then, and he ends up dying because I think
I'm as fearsome as any of them, and the whole council wanted to laugh, bro. That was pretty funny. He was just like,
and then when Aemond undresses him in front of everybody, and he's like,
when he speaks the Valyrian.
Yeah, he's speaking Valyrian, and he's just undressing him, and nobody understands, and it's only him and Aegon, and it's like you could almost see like in Aemon's head the scene where he's like, "Oh, you still sleeping with the same girl?" Like, "Oh my god!"
Oh, that's yeah.
And you kind of almost get the like, you undressed me there, and you embarrassed me there. You're gonna carry the shame here.
I'm gonna be
and you got that. It was like, oh my god, like.
Shout out to Aegon, the Valyrian version of a Nosabo kid with that response he gave Aemon. He was just like, I can make war. I was like, oh bro, come on.
Yeah.
That was pretty nice. What did you think of it's like a little subplot kind of, but Corlys's bastard, like Alan, that one took me a while to get, and then when Rhaenys was like, she was kind of fixated on him, and I was like, oh, that's his son. And I was like, and then the other guy's the other brother, the one like with the dreads too. I was like, oh, he's got two of them running around. Dang. I like that she wasn't salty though. She was, because she was like, that's not Alan's fault. She's like, that's Corlys's fault.
Yeah.
And you see that, and it reminds me of how like Catelyn Stark was like a douche to Jon when it's like, no, you should be mad at Ned. Ned was, well, obviously we know that Ned didn't do anything wrong. He was defending his nephew, but it's like from her perception, she was like, well, Ned's the one that slept around. You shouldn't be mad at Jon. Jon was a baby, bro.
Right. Yeah.
So, but yeah, that was cool seeing her. Rhaenys was like graceful to the end,
Yeah, she and the queen that never was. And the scene that's sad is her dragon knows it's over, and
the dragon looks back.
I'm sorry, I failed you. Goodbye. And it almost
she fastened her her feet too. She's like, I'm going down with the dragon. She's like, I'm not leaving the dragon.
Yeah.
That was dang, dude. Do you think, because I've seen the clip again, and I'm like, we all thought Aemon at least thought about killing Aegon when he saw the body there, right? Like, just
yes.
Because someone pointed out, they're like, wait, he's already sheathing his sword before Cole yelled out his name. But it's like, dude, you're next to him with the sword. That's like, it's like it crossed your mind.
Right.
And I don't blame him, because if Aegon was gone, I mean, they'd probably win the war straight away. So
yeah.
but that was That was cold. I was like, oh, dude, he's about to just take him out of his misery. He's alive, right? We think he's alive. He
I
lived.
think so. Yeah.
Okay.
He's probably being incapacitated, but yeah, I
Yeah.
think he's alive. Yeah. Yeah. Um, Episode 5, obviously now we're projecting ahead, but
Right.
um what is it that you're most intrigued heading into episode 5?
Okay. So did you see that little clip? They dropped like the little teaser trailer for the next episode. Have you seen that?
No, I haven't. No.
Okay. I'm breaking it down for you. So remember how Vagar bit off Maylise's head, like the other dragon?
Yeah.
So they take Maylise's head to King's Landing and they parade it in the streets the way they did Jaehaerys' body. And they're like, "Here's the traitor dragon of Maylise," like so they parade the head of the dead dragon, the enemy's dead dragon, right? And I thought this was interesting the way they spun it. Here's what I want to see. I want to see how they're gonna spin it because the guy that's yelling out that it's a dead dragon says this dragon was slain by King Aegon. So they're trying to spin it like Aegon got hurt, but he at least took out, trying to save his ego, I guess.
Yeah.
I want to know how Aemon's gonna take that because Aemon's like, bro, you did all the legwork, you and Cole,
Yeah.
and Aegon's over there probably got a broken hip or something.
Yeah.
Third degree burns all over. Someone get us some aloe vera.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how are you gonna try to spin the story of he slayed the dragon and fought in the battle when he shouldn't have even been in the first place? So it's kind of like the Viserys thing where it's like when Viserys was like dying, Alicent was basically ruling in his place.
Mm.
So it's like, how bad is Aegon, and
Yeah.
how are they going to spin it to be like, oh yeah, the king's fine, like, but we can't see him, you know?
Right.
So, and then I got to see what's going down with Damon finally because it's like, dude, he's over there just losing his mind in Harrenhal. I want to see what happens with him. Like, does he join the battle? Does he get out? Because he drank the drink. He drank the the witch Kool-Aid over there.
And so okay, so talking about the witch, she said what she says she's a what, like, and she's been kind of like, it's not even, she's not a woman, she's a, what is it? Oh, an owl, she says? Or was it?
He said out, yeah, like I don't know. It could be like a. It's
But
kind
for
of
sure
giving like
she's
Red Lady vibes. Like the
yeah,
Red Lady was like an old lady,
right,
but she had the magic.
right.
Some of that kind of essence because she's dealing with like magic, like blood magic potions. So
Yeah.
it's like, yeah, I don't know. She creeped me out that first time when he had that first vision
Yeah.
and she was there. She's like, "You're gonna die here." I was like, "Oh." I was like, "That's okay. That's subtle."
Yeah. When he has the vision and he like beheads a young uh a young Rhaenyra, and it's just like, dang, like, that's crazy.
Or when Rhaenyra had the baby Jaehaerys, she's like, "I gotta clean
Yeah.
up your mess." I was like, "Whoa,
Yeah.
dude."
Yeah. So it's a great show. I think we're both really enjoying it. And it's amazing. It's amazing to see this show um develop. In terms of Game of Thrones, what is the how close do you think this show is to Game of Thrones? Or is it not even close to it? Is it like it's too early? We had a whole thing of Game of Thrones.
I do think it's too early
Okay.
because we've only
Makes
got
sense.
like a season and a few episodes to go off of,
Yeah.
Um, and I think it's going to be hard to gauge it just because those last seasons and episodes of Game of Thrones really hurt it. Like they really hurt its stock, just with the endings and how people responded to those endings. Because I'm seeing that a lot. Like whenever I just see like someone that posts content about Game of Thrones, they're always like, man, I love this show, but the ending just really ruined. Like, just I can't enjoy it. You know. And
Did you
so
did you hate the ending of Game of Thrones like that?
I thought it was meh. I thought it was like I was like, okay. I didn't think parts of it were whack. Where I was like, we're not gonna do anything about like John just goes back to the wall. Bran becomes the king. That one was whack. Bran becoming
I
king.
hated that. Yeah.
I was like, that's so stupid. I was like, it also makes him look stupid because it's like the entire once he became the three-eyed raven, he was like, I don't want any titles. I don't want. I'm the three-eyed raven now. And then it's like, oh, but you'll accept the Iron Throne. You'll take this. All right. That was probably the most whack one to me.
Yeah, yeah.
I think going the route of making Daenerys look or go crazy at the end was rushed. I think they could have gotten there eventually. Kind of made sense with her dad being the Mad King and Targaryens being like products of incest.
Yeah.
But it did feel rushed. Mainly, I was just sad that Jon got sent back to the wall. I was like, oh, dude. But then also knowing that the books aren't finished, so that a lot of this stuff isn't even like they made this up as they went along with the show.
Oh, I see.
There's no source material. Yeah, so I think after, I think season after 5 or 6, like they're freeballing. They're just making it up story. So the whole thing with Jon Snow being Aegon Targaryen, like they made that up as they went. In the books, it's still kind of unclear about his origin. They don't really know who he is yet. So yeah, I'm just bummed. I'm like, dude, can you finish the books and then can we just get someone to, I don't know, like just redo those last seasons, which is probably never going to happen.
Oh, okay. I'm like, do you think that's what's going to happen?
Nah, I just hope we at least get the books finished. Forget the show, but at least finish the books because he's getting old too. The guy, George. I'm like, dude, finish the books, please.
Yeah. Cool. So,
but so far, like this, the House of the Dragon, like it's
amazing. Yeah,
it's pretty good. Like just the subtlety, the symbolism, the acting performances too. Like when because there are things that I don't even notice right off the bat, but now they're being explained that I'm like, holy crap, is that what that is? Like Helena being a dreamer.
Right.
And how Viserys was obsessed with Aegon's dream, but couldn't even he was so consumed by that vision that he couldn't even realize that his own daughter was also a dreamer. So it's like, dude, it's bad dad, bro. Come on.
Yeah.
And then her reaction when they killed Jaehaerys in the crib, like her kind of like just like descending into that black hole of like fear and insanity as she walks in on like, you know, Kristen and her mom, like just, so yeah, I'm excited. Like I said, I'm waiting for, was it like Sundays at 6? Dude, Sundays at 6. You know where to find it. Yeah.
And for me, it's Mondays at 8 a.m.
There you go.
Cool. So we'll be doing this breakdown of Game of Thrones every week on the Thursday pod. So yeah, I can't wait. So Garrick's about to hop on, so let's that's part 1. So
yes,
spoiler alert, catch up Game of House of Dragon and come back, listen to it, and
let us know what you think too. If you want to weigh in,
yeah, exactly.
I want to argue. You know what I mean? So
yeah. So check us out in part 2.
The Urza podcast was brought to you by Triumph Protective Coatings. You can find Triumph Protective Coatings on Instagram, Triumph_Coatings. You can call them or text them 626-436-4702. They offer awesome customer service and they do amazing work. So reach out to them for your next project, and if you use promo code ARROWSUP, you get 15% off your next order. So reach out to them. They'll take care of you. Triumph Protective Coatings. That's the pod. Thank you to Angel. Thank you to David. Thank you to you for listening. You can follow the Urza podcast on Instagram at ArrowsUp. You can check us out on YouTube. the Arizona podcast there, and you can listen to this podcast anywhere you get your pod. So please rate, review, and subscribe. We have part 2 coming up with Garrick and David. That one should be fun. And that's it. Go Sox.